You are a citrus and passion fruit cheesecake with extra cake. You heard that right. Did you know ICOs were very hot in 2017? Friends, what I'm about to teach you, no one else is teaching you. That's why you like, subscribe, belly button, or that's why you got it straight back. Because everybody is chasing narratives from the previous cycle. Why? They don't know any better. That's why. They don't know any better. Humans think in linear terms. We think of what worked last time, we try to replicate it. This has diminishing gains, but the music will still be cranked, friends. ICOs. Let's go to the chart. 2017, there were ICOs, ICO Mania. It was enabled by Ethereum. Have you heard of Ethereum? Made by Lord Vitalik. Some say he's an alien. The ICO Mania was big. Enormous returns, 100x everywhere. Bang, 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 bang. But what happened after that? Well, in 2021, they did ICOs again. Part of my portfolio accounted for the ICO return because we all thought, well, ICOs in 2017, let's do them again in 2021. And we did. There was still money to be made, but a lot less money. And I do mean a lot less. You might even say a lot of people who might have been ICO maxis might be telling you that you're not bullish enough on ICOs. I hope that rings a bell for some of you, because some of them will say that and I'll tell you that they're poopy heads. Because what actually happens is retailers come in and they're all looking for a hot deal. And what happened with ICOs is the Launchpad Projects. You remember in 2021, friends, a lot of Launchpads. You remember Launchpad Projects? You do some like white paper. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you guys how much hours I wasted. So many hours. I did this question and answer. I did this test just to try get into random different ICOs and fulfill this little condition just to get an allocation at the end. And then you end up finding out at the end, it's like $125. You're like, oh my God, what did I waste my time for? Well, it's just a game, man. It's a game of risk, friends. You don't know. It's outside of our control. Now, when it comes to these, ICOs were diminished heavily in their returns in 2021. And everybody looked to do them because they came from 2017. People are still trying to do them today. Now, they didn't do that well, but they did okay. All right. Now, remember, 2017 was 100x. 2021, 15x. Do you see how that's an enormously diminished number? Now, you might say, wow, 15x my money is great. Wrong. Because Habib and Habibis, you are not selling at a 15x because you are anchored to a 50 to 100x. Do you understand? Yes, you do understand. You do not know it is diminishing. That's why. How do you even get the 15x? Someone had to buy it at 10 to 15x, right? Someone had to buy it up at 10x, 11x, 12. There were people buying, a lot of people buying. Why? Because they were expecting 50 to 100. You never got there though, it ran out. Many coins, I can give you so many examples. That's what happened. A lot of the gaming coin NFTs, a lot of the other ICO pump and dumps. Now, friends, because I love and appreciate you and you like, subscribe, what you'll find on other YouTube channels is there are a lot of people out there, a few of them, they actually made their wealth from ICOs. And you might say, well, doesn't that mean there's a lot of money in there? No. How did they make their money, friends? They'll tell you. Go listen to them. They tell you. They go, well, I made a channel or I made a TikTok or I made a YouTube or a Twitter. And then I started going out or receiving messages from companies and they gave me allocations. And then I would talk about it and make videos about it. And guess what? I would dump. Now, they don't say it that aggressive, but if you read between the lines, that's exactly what happened. So that's how they made their money, friends. They dumped on innocent people. They made videos and they dumped. So effectively, they get to buy in at 10 cents and then the coin launches at $1. And then they tell everybody, hey, this could be at $100 one day. So retail buys it up to $2. And then this person is dumping. They were in at 10 cents. They're dumping at $1 to $2. They're out. They're all scum, friends. I'll tell it to their face. I'll say, hey, man, you might think you're not scum, but your actions are that of scum. Subhuman filth, cockroach guts, scum. I don't like them. I'll never like them. These people cause pain in this world. They are negative energy. You understand? I don't want to associate with any of these. They're pieces of trash. All right. Karma's going to get them one day. All right. Now, ICOs will return in 2025. because it's lashed onto people's minds. And if you're new to markets, welcome, take a ticket over there, keep your back straight. Unfortunately, it's diminishing returns each time. Okay, so you get the big parabola, the poopy, and then the mega poopy. All right, cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3. We are now in cycle 3 for ICOs. They're going to be garbage. If you find opportunity in some of them, try them, but don't waste all your money and your time on them, because we all know about it. How do you make money from ICOs, friends? You make money because you get in and then you're hoping there's a large group of people who are not in. So this is you, your insider, with all the little VCs and the ICO pump and dump altcoin influencer trash people. You want this large group of people with all these people here. You want all of them on launch to come and buy your bag that you own. That's what you want. Now, here's the thing. All of those people, they all lost their money 2 times. In 2017, and then the ones that did return, they lost it again in 2021. So now you have a tiny pool of people. So that's why I tell you, ICOs will be cold rugathons in 2025 or whenever the bull market comes and so on. Okay, third cycle curse. Did you figure it out yet? It's the third cycle for ICOs. All the retailers know that these ICOs are a grift to dump tokens on them, to steal their money. You must remain alert. Your slippers must remain fluffy. This is a bear laying out in the open because he knows he doesn't belong there. Bears are smelly and they poop in the woods. He is probably laying on some bull poop right now. Also got to remind you, Lord Jamie, he's mentioned 3 coins. Well, yeah, you have a chance. You got Celestia, which is TR, which is 53% of the coins are from insiders. You have Blast, more like Blast in the ass. There's insiders there too. And then you have Blue. Now, the thing is, we can cherry pick those ones, but you didn't even know their name 6 months ago. You had no idea. So what are going to be the new ones? We don't know. That's why the game is hard. You have to remain hard. I know you do. Family-friendly show. So if you're going to participate, friends, you got to look out, because look, if you're going to do an ICO, please be careful, because the ones that we know that are happening, they're called sacrifices. They're done on the Pulse chain ecosystem. They might be done on Ethereum. Because trust me, friends, you know, it's a funny thing. Yeah, you see this hex chart going down. You think, oh, no one likes us. No, trust me. All these big people with a lot of big wallets and all these founders, they're watching Richard Hart and his actions. They know he's smart. All right. Now, you got to be careful when it comes to sacrifices or any of these fair launch approaches. Firstly, why do the ICOs even make money for the VCs? It's because they don't let everybody in. There's 1,000 people, 10 people get in, and then they shield to the next 990 people, telling them, don't worry, 1 million people are going to go buy it. So you 990 people, you are still early. But they're not early. They're not early at all. They get dumped on, okay? You know it's true. So, don't forget it, friends. Don't forget who's your friend. Unfortunately, you're going to have to go through some pain, all right? Now, when it comes to these sacrifice phases, they're probably going to emulate the Richard Hart approach if they do a fair launch. Well, if you get into an insider ICO, good luck to you. You don't need any of us. But for everybody else, just please be careful, because they will do low liquidity launches. So what is that? It says, well, you are a group of people and you put in like, you know, let's say just $10 million. Okay, you put 10 million and you need liquidity to launch. But what actually happens is maybe they'll only put like 100K liquidity on the launch. You see that? They've raised 10 million, 100K gets done for the liquidity. And why do they do that? It's because when the chart launches, friends, if there's low liquidity, right, this gets a lot of people out. So effectively, all those people who want to get out, they've got to pay a very low price. Okay, because if you gave them like $5 million of liquidity, guess what? You get a lot of weak hands. They're just exiting from the pool of money, and you're basically just burning up the treasury for them. So that's why they don't do that. They do a low liquidity launch. This is what Richard Hart did with Hex. This is why Hex's chart looked the way it did. He did a low liquidity launch at the start, and then looks at sells down, 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 and then off to the races you go with the pumpamentals. But hey, are we always going to get this? We don't know yet. It's a game of risk, isn't it? Now, in practice, actually, this dream of let's do a low liquidity launch, get all the weekends out, and then pump, it sounds good in theory, but it don't work like that as much. Okay, now I don't know if it's the timing to do with the markets or the cycles or the fact that everybody's learning or the fact that there's no real innovation. Something's up. There's not enough emotional money. Remember, some people call it dumb money, friends. I don't like using the word dumb. It's emotional money, okay? These people get exploited. And unfortunately, what we've seen is if you're participating in these ICOs, in these sacrifice phases, whatever, there's a high chance you will just be betrayed by the end of it. So look at this PulseX chart, right? When I see a chart, I'm speaking to you. I'm reflecting what you feel. 99% of people, yes, PulseX, buy and bird, yada, yada, yada. But when they see this chart, they feel betrayed. If you participate in more of these ICOs, right, not just Pulse Chain, Ethereum, all these other ones, high chance you're going to feel it too, okay? Because what ends up happening is even though this, in theory, you want to do this fair launch where everybody wins, the unfortunate part is those low prices that come because people are hitting market and selling, they end up snowballing lower and lower. You don't just go like 10% below your ICO. You go like 50%, 60%. Like you get really destroyed over and over and over again. And then it actually forces even bigger weak hands out. And these are people who wouldn't have sold until we got down to that point. So you might call this a cleansing. And like I said, in theory, it sounds like it would be great. Well, we're getting rid of the weak hands, but it ends up painting the chart disgusting. All right. With a low liquidity, low market cap coin, it doesn't matter if it gets painted disgusting because somebody who might be a benevolent whale might be able to pump it up. But when your size is big, there's too much bloodshed. And then you might even have a situation like we experienced in Pulse and PulseX where the coin is down for 4 months. So you're like, wait a minute, I didn't actually get rewarded for participating at all. I know it's a sacrifice, but man, like something's not right here, okay? So this is something to learn from. So we have to push this into the past. We go, okay, we've participated in these. We learned the lessons that we need to, all right? Because look at this. Being down low for 4 months, if you find yourself in this situation, that's now your capitulation, but it's not a V reversal. You know, a V reversal is like, the zombie virus, friends, where the market goes up, they go down, and then we like, it was only like 1 month where we're down. The longer you're down, the more it hurts, all right? And that's unfortunately, you get to see that the market is accepting much lower prices. You're giving non-believers, betrayers, non-loyal people, you're giving them the chance to accumulate much bigger bags on top of the believers who get rewarded much less, okay? So this is something to be careful about because now we've seen, and I hate to say it, but it's kind of true when we say this, right? Pulse and PulseX, they are like a third cycle curse participant of that ICO mania, isn't it? They raised an enormous amount. 2017 did good. 2021 did good. This one, not so much. Now, technically, we are still in cycle 2, so we might get away with it. We might get away with it in terms of a recovery, but now you really got to think, friends, do you want to play with fire in that next cycle? There's going to be more launch pads, coins. These projects are just going to promise stuff. Now everybody knows the game. It's for exit liquidity. All of them are frauds. All of it is a scam. All the projects go to zero. The insiders and the founders dump on unfortunate, innocent retail. All right. But, I'm telling you right now, they might not even get a chance to do it a lot because people just aren't going to be interested because they know how the game works. All right. Now, retail, though, will get excited for something else. And when that something else comes, we're going to be ready. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or I'm going to drink some sparkly water. Catch you soon.